One second, guys. Um, Let me try this. Oh my gosh. Okay. One more thing, y'all. Woo! All right. Welcome. Okay. So let me get this all the way together. Uh, okay. Excuse me, guys, having some technical difficulties, but happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm trying to think of something. Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Shay's Wellness Club live Q&A. And we are here today to talk wellness, weight loss, consistency, better habits, and everything in between. And I'm here, Sharday, your wellness strategist, here to help you stay consistent in your wellness journey, your weight loss journey, and consistently habit stack your way to success. So, if you're here today, it's not by accident. If you saw this live, it's not by accident. You are trying to better your life, whether that's through weight loss, consistency, being better just for you and your kids and your husband or wife, however you want to elevate your life. Thank you for coming. You are at the right place. All right. How's everybody's weekend going? Yes. And you see me in the background. That's something new I'm trying. How y'all like that? Okay. Because I am on YouTube as well. Streaming from YouTube. Now I'm going to get our topics pulled up here. And I want to know in the comments, let me know how you guys have been doing. How is your week? And you know what I'm going to ask? What have we been cooking this week? What have we been cooking this week? Is there a dish you want me to make online that we could do next Sunday? I'm trying to find a Sunday. If somebody comments right now to cook for next Sunday, I'm going to make sure I cook for next Sunday, and it's going to be fun, whether that's a smoothie or something, a juice, or a meal like for dinner. So let me know. I think 6:30 is a good time. This is Shay's Wellness Club, and we will be starting 6:30 p.m. Sundays, or just Sunday evenings in general. Just be on the lookout for my live. And we're going to be going over some stuff. My internet's being slow, but that's okay because we're still going to get it to go. Okay. Me having too much stuff popped up. That's all. What did I cook this week? Okay. So, like I've been telling our wellness warriors, we're going to be trying to cook more often, right? To be consistent with our weight loss journey and, just wellness journey in general, because not everybody wants to lose weight. But we are making a goal of cooking at least 2 to 3 times a week. So this past week, I made salmon twice. I made salmon bots. I made salmon bites Sunday. Sunday counts as part of the week. And I made asparagus. I made green beans. I made sweet potatoes. I even did a baked sweet potato with some shrimp, which is surprisingly good. Like if you're someone that likes a baked potato, but you don't want, if you don't want, because me in particular, I don't eat white potatoes. I eat sweet potatoes. One, it makes me feel like I had a dessert too already, so I don't have a sugar craving after I eat those for real, for real. And also, it's just better vitamins to me. So when I do a baked sweet potato, what I do, because I had to learn this recently, I didn't even know you're supposed to like poke holes because I'm not used to baking potatoes. So what I do is get a sweet potato, poke it around, then not drench it, but I put it either butter on it or extra virgin olive oil. That's a great oil to always have with you or to cook with. And then I bake it for about an hour because I like it a little soft in the middle. And then open it up, split it like a regular baked potato, and put your favorite chunks of meat on there. Like I've done that with chicken breast. I've done that with shrimp now. I'm gonna do that with salmon this week. I'm gonna see if I like that. I don't know why not, because salmon and sweet potato together is just like the combination is just crazy because it's just a great omega-3s with the salmon, and then you have great vitamins A and so forth and so on with the sweet potato. So, I'm gonna try that this week. But I put shrimp, chicken breast. It was so good. Oh, and ground turkey. I did, because a lot of people do like ground beef. You could do ground beef as well, like a good quality beef. But ground turkey, it was delicious. So what do you guys want to talk about today? I think I'm gonna do more of a freestyle because my computer's still being, all weird and stuff. So what do you guys want to talk about today? I want to see the comments, comment below, and please forgive me if I'm not seeing it. We're going to be talking about cooking today since I'm talking about food. I should have, based on today's discussion about cooking and stuff, will be a good way to figure out what to cook for next week. Okay, now I want you guys to hold me to that. I want someone to comment and say, hey, I want a cooking lesson next week. It could be a meal prep cooking lesson. It could be a dinner cooking lesson. It could be a snack lesson or something like that. Just let me know what you guys are thinking. So you want to work right now? Oh yes, I wanted to let you guys know I am also not hosting one day, but I will be a guest. Well, I will be a guest on a Whole Woman Expo, which is where you can meet me in person. We're gonna eat some good food. We're gonna talk wellness and my story on how my 60-pound weight loss journey came about. And it's a great place to meet like-minded people. If you're someone that's trying to lose weight naturally and want a real strategy, your personalized strategy on how the best way to lose weight naturally going to be, or better your wellness in general, it's a great place to meet me and find me and stuff. It will be April 11th. It will be on Olive. So if you're interested in finding out the address, inbox me and I can send you the registration details. But it's gonna be a good time, and I can't believe it's coming up. I'm like nervous and excited at the same time. Okay. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do some wellness questions as far as the cooking side, because a lot of people don't realize. We're going to go over some questions about meal prep. What questions do you have about meal prep, healthier eating, cooking in general that I can help you with today? Um, a lot of people don't know how I lost 60 pounds naturally. And I have to tell people every time I had to take it to the kitchen. I had to take it to the kitchen. Why did I have to take it to the kitchen? I had to take it to the kitchen because I was walking 8,000 plus 10,000 steps a day. You know, well, we're all natural walkers, whether we want to, believe it or not. But we are also very let me see if I can but we are also we're just natural walkers. So I walked all the time, I'm just now driving and stuff like that at my age. So when I started, I walked a lot. I mean, I walked to the store. If it was within a few miles, I'll walk. If it's within a 10, 15 mile, if it was between a 10, 15-minute walk, I'll walk and get it done. Or even, I was I'm still good on saving money low key. But I would even walk to the store and catch a lift back. So me, I'm a walker or whatever. But what I realized in my 60-pound weight loss journey is that it really was how I was eating. Okay. How I was eating was so important into my 60-pound weight loss journey. Why? Because I could walk all day. I can go to the gym 5 times a week, which I do. But if I don't eat what I'm supposed to be eating, if I don't consistently eat vegetables, fruit, low carb, stuff like that, not aware of my labels, stuff like that, it would be a struggle for me to maintain a reasonable weight loss. Okay, so we're going to go over some questions you guys have about eating right, nutrition, and wellness and stuff. But in my story, I am someone that so what I did. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna give you the whole story because if you want to come and listen to the whole story about how I lost 60 pounds naturally, the true beginning, come to the a whole women's expo here in St. Louis, Missouri on Olive Street on October. Why do I keep saying October? It is April 11th, 2026. And come and see me and, know more about my story and see if it resonates. I'm someone that's pretty transparent and stuff about how the goods and the bads of weight loss. Like, it's not perfect thing. It's not easy thing to do. This is my third, fourth time unbigging my back again. But each time I look just sexier, finer, and more toned every time I get to this level. So I'm excited for my next transformation. I know my face look a little round and stuff, but that's because when you fall off, oh yes, all that good perky, all that good stuff gonna go with it. Okay. But realizing that I needed to change, and having to talk to a dietitian, I was able to really get some insight, because sometimes one meeting can change your entire life. One interaction can change your entire life. And me taking the step to talking to a nutritionist was that thing for me, where I was able to be like, wow, I see where I messed up at. My portions were too big. You know what I mean? I was eating too much on my plate. And then if you're too much on a plate is the wrong thing, that's where the weight gain comes. Nutrition is so important, because yes, you can. I eat chocolate sometimes, but why I don't like to eat chocolate, milk chocolate in particular, because it breaks me out and gives me these dark spots. That tells me and tells my body that, like, yeah, you shouldn't be eating that anyway. Granted, limiting my dairy. I try my best not to eat um American cheese anymore. Cheese is actually very good for you, but it really depends on what kind of cheese we're eating. More natural the better. Goat cheese is really good. Blue cheese is, you know, um aged cheese, stuff like that, are actually good for the gut. But stuff that's artificially flavored, artificial colors, stuff like that, like such as American cheese, can also add to acne and cholesterol heightens and stuff like that. Well, some things that I had to take away that I feel like has helped me a lot. I slow down. Actually, do not eat pork at all. I do not eat beef at. I don't eat beef at all anymore as well. I may have steak once in a while for special occasions, or just to help my. It helps with the not immune system. Red meat can help with anemia and stuff like that. But if you're someone like me that, I'm self-diagnosed having anemia, meaning I get cold really fast. Like, people might get cold, but I become freezing. Ooh, my skin's off. But see, what really helps me, because my friend said, Shay, I went to the doctor and I found out that I'm anemic. And I was like, okay. My question is, when people say they go to the doctor, not to judge or anything, is, do they offer you any medications? Because when you realize these doctors they just want to give you medications sometimes. And not that you don't need it, but sometimes that's their first go-to, instead of, hey, how about you eat this and that? But they can't do that, because then they'll take them out of business. Because really, and this is my personal belief, this is not advice, but the medicine is in the kitchen. Okay. So when I found out that green leafy vegetables help me with my anemia, meaning I don't get so cold so much anymore, or as much, is when I eat greens. I try to make a pot of greens once a month, or cabbage, or arugula. Somebody name me some green stuff. Comment below some green stuff that you like. But yes, just identifying where we are, what is causing the issues, is going to be a game changer for us, y'all. Just realizing, wow, when I eat a lot of ice cream, my face looks extra round. When I eat a lot of ice cream, my stomach looks bloated all the time, even though, makes you go to the bathroom or whatever. Eating milk chocolate breaks me out. And you have to really be self-aware of your body to realize that. But once you start taking things away, as we call the elimination method, where you take not everything away because then you don't know what's not working. But to like, okay, this month I'm gonna go no pork. And then I realized, I just was just even emotionally, you're less cranky, you're less irritable about stuff, you're less like groggy, stuff like that. And you realize, wow, when I stop eating certain things, I actually feel better. Really? Like, you're telling me if I stop eating three things, it can lessen my risk, not take it away. But you mean to tell me if I stop eating certain things, I lessen my risk of the C word, I lessen my risk of diabetes type 2. You mean to tell me if I slow down on the cookies and the ice cream and the cakes and the donuts that I can lose some weight and actually feel better? Because honestly, sweets are a fake drug. A lot of us are addicted to sugar. The better and faster we admit it, the better we will be. I was definitely addicted to sugar. I thought in my mind it made me feel better. Us ladies on our cycle makes us feel better, and a bit of a dopamine hit, something like that. So we emotionally eat as well. So a lot of this stuff is really fake comfort that we are accepting as real, and it really isn't. So that's why it's so important to be mindful of our triggers and what really makes us um, overeat and overindulge. We can have donuts sometimes. We can have like ice cream once in a while. That's always cool. Actually, if you're the better you eat, the more you can eat whatever you want. In my opinion, the better and more consistent you eat, healthier, cleaner, the more you can eat whatever you want. Some people, I know some muscleheads that, well, not personally, but online, that eat ice cream multiple times a week. But they also go to the gym all week as well. They also eat their 60 to 100, uh, not carbs, 60 to 100 protein grams of intake. You know, the better you do, the more you can enjoy yourself. You know, you got to identify what is making you gain weight. What is really making you gain those extra pounds? Is it because you're eating too many sandwiches? Is it too many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? That was me. I love, hello, I love a peanut butter. I don't even need the jelly because actually the jelly is more sugar. So I stopped eating the sugar. I'm thinking I'm cool. But then when I realized two peanut butter sandwiches is still sugar, how? Because there's still sugar in peanut butter and there's still sugar in the bread. Go figure. When I tell you and realize that there was sugar in white bread, especially, and I was eating multiple sandwiches a day, honey. Well, one, I should be eating multiple sandwiches a day, but that was kind of like my comfort go-to meal. Hey, look at their muscles coming in. But see, that was my go-to meal because I was really like my early 20s and stuff like that. I didn't cook. I made myself cook around the holidays, but I didn't cook. I really had to make myself learn how to cook. I wasn't someone that grew up cooking with parents or grandparents and stuff like that. Very, very, minimal and stuff like that. And I just was like, no, I am fat or big backed because the internet don't like you to say the FAT word. But I was a big back. Okay. There were some times where I weighed more than my boyfriend at the time. Okay. And I'm telling you this because someone may resonate. Like, you know what? I am over, because I was over 230 pounds. And then I got down that I've documented, because there was a point where I stopped even going on the scale. But like say last year, I went down so close to my goal. Now I'm going back, which is I got down to 138. I got down to 138. And I was like, ah! Now, I'm working back down there. So I see y'all at the finish line if you want to get there. But yes, having a goal in mind is so important. Identifying what is triggering you, what makes you upset to where you have to indulge in things that you know is going to make you, it's not going to help at all. Like every time I eat ice cream, or not every time, but when I eat cookies just because I'm bored, or just because I'm like, oh, this may make me feel better, or oh, I'm on my cycle, so let me, give into this craving. I feel so bad after. I'd be like, why did I do this? Now I'm on Stairmaster for 20 minutes, burning 150 to 200 calories. And that was just 3 cookies. Are you kidding me? I'd be so mad at myself. I'm like, because if anyone has been on Stairmaster, comment below. I understand. You know what I mean? Because being on a Stairmaster is not for the weak. It really does take stamina. It really does push you. Okay? No matter what level. I don't care if you're on level 4, 5. Okay? And I've been between, and it depends on the mood. It depends. I'd be on the Stairmaster for between level 2 to 9. No. Between level 5 to 9. And baby, 5 cool and all, but staying on there consistently, because if I'm on level 5, I try to stay on as long as I can without stopping at all. Not even my 45-second rest. And when I'm on level 9, it takes me 40 minutes to do 20 minutes. It takes me because those 45-second stops add up. So it takes me, about an hour to do. Not an hour, but it takes me a little minute to do a Stairmaster on level 9. But my butt looks amazing. Anyways, so we're gonna go into some questions. Sorry, guys, we're gonna finally go into some questions about nutritional weight loss you guys been sending in. What should I actually be eating to lose weight? Now that is a great question, because a lot of us really don't know. We just assume a salad. We just assume. Name something, you guys. Name something you assume you're supposed to be eating trying to lose weight. Because it's not always the case. It really, that's why I founded STL Green Eats meal prep services and specialty services, because it's a customized approach to meal prepping, because everybody goals are different. Everybody don't want to lose weight. Some people want to gain weight. I've had clients that want to gain weight. And not necessarily gain weight, but I have had clients that want to more so gain muscle. And you can't gain muscle without properly eating. Just like people say to me all the time, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. But all they're thinking about is cardio. And you definitely need more than cardio to lose weight. Why? Because if you do excessive cardio all the time, that's all you do, that's your go-to, you're going to lose muscle. And you need muscle. You don't need it right now, maybe, but you definitely going to need it 10 years, 15, 20 years from now. You're going to need your muscle to help you wipe your butt. You're going to need muscle to go up and down even a flight of stairs. Okay? For instance, I know someone, an elder, that in her building, her elevator has to be fixed. So either she has to find a place to, stay for, I don't know how long it takes, but either she has to find a place to stay, or she has to go up 2 flights of steps. Now, when you love being home, you know how, especially if you're older, you don't want to be hanging out. You don't want to be spending the night over somebody else's house, right? So you definitely are going to want to stay home. Or at least after a week, you're going to be like, okay, I'm ready to go home. And guess what? She got to go up and down. Thankfully, just 2 floors, but 2 flights of steps. Now, to me, when she told me this, I was like, that's not bad. That's good. You got, in God-fearing woman, we know that things happen for a reason. God might have made that happen so some people in that building can get some exercise. Because so a lot of us, when we get older, get set in our ways and thinking we don't have to move anymore. All we gotta do is just, enjoy our retirement, sit down, watch our TV all day. Go out once or twice to church and come back home, sit down, watch TV. No. That's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to stay stagnant, wants you to not live to your full potential, wants you to not live to 100 if possible. We are meant to stay active no matter what our age is. That's why you see certain cultures very active at a very older age, if that makes sense. Because some people, not even certain cultures, but some people don't give up on their fitness. Just because you turn 50 doesn't mean you shouldn't be going to the gym. Just because you turn 60, 70, or even 80 doesn't mean you shouldn't be taking at least a mile walk a day or something of that nature, of some kind of. And steps is a great thing, especially if you're working your own pace. You ain't got to go up and down the stairs like me at level 9. You can go on level 3 and level 2 because you still got to keep moving. Why? You got to build muscle at 80 because you need those muscles. Just think, if you never use certain muscles in your body, what do you think happens? You lose it. Now, use it or lose it thing is a real thing. Thanks for joining, guys. We're talking about weight loss, wellness, and everything in between, okay? And the question was, what should I actually be eating to lose weight? But I was saying an example on how my grandma, my elder, is able to add more exercise to her day because her elevator isn't working right now in her building. So she has to walk 2 flights of steps. Some people, it's going to make them better. It's going to help their, not heart rate go up, but it helps their blood flow. It helps their legs better. You know what I mean? So I pray that it is helpful for some people and stuff like that. Okay. So what should I actually be eating when I lose weight? So this is not another diet type of thing. You don't need another diet. You need strategy. That's why I do wellness strategy sessions for those that are really trying to figure out what to do next. Because I know a lot of people are like, okay, I tried the keto diet. I tried the carnivore diet. I tried fasting. I've tried this. I've tried that. But then a month goes by of you stopping those diets and you gain it right back. That's because you don't have a consistent plan for after. You don't have a consistent plan on, okay, what do I do for the rest of my life type thing? Because think about it. Okay, another diet. You're going to be on a certain diet for the rest of your life, or you're going to make it a lifestyle. And that's what Shay's Wellness Club is all about, is a lifestyle change, not just another diet. Am I eating too much or too little? Can be the case. You could be eating too little, honestly, too, especially if you're someone that's active, going to the gym and stuff. Your body needs fuel. Your muscles need fuel. A lot of us are like, I can't gain any muscle. I can't gain any muscle. I wonder why. It's because you're not fueling your body with what it needs, okay? Sometimes you don't need just 700 calories a day. That's under eating for most of us. If I eat 700 calories a day, that's not enough calories for me. Unless I'm eating like once a day or something. But my calorie deficit number, and if you need help learning what your calorie deficit number is, I am doing wellness strategy sessions this week, and I can include that as well. But yes, you can eat too much as well. How do we eat too much? Well, when you're doing portions, is it a right amount of portion or is it too much? Me, when I talk to my dietitian, I realized that my plate was way too full. You know how some people like, especially like around the holidays and stuff. What's the next holiday coming up? Easter. Say Easter. People like to barbecue, stuff like that. or even for the fourth, bam, they got their big plate of everything they love. They potato salad, they ribs, the chicken, the pork, beef, all that good stuff, right? Well, a lot of that could be the problem. How about you just pick one meat? How about instead of going for seconds, you drink some water? Because I had to learn this, so I'm telling y'all the game. Okay. My co-host here, 1 gallon of water. People ask me all the time, how much water is that? A gallon. And I'm glad I got a gallon because I can't remember how many ounces that is, but a gallon it is for me. People ask, so like, how early do you start? I say I start when it tells you times right here. And it gives you motivational things. And if you would like one STL Green Eats or Shay's Wellness Club style, let me know because I'm thinking about Brent, getting my own for my wellness warriors, and then doing or maybe some giveaways or something like that. Also, there's half gallons as well. So if you're interested in just getting one of these, period, inbox me and I'll send you the link. But I start as early as 7 a.m. If I wake up at 5, I'm starting at 6 or something like that. Because the earlier the better when it comes to drinking your water. Like, yeah. Okay. Okay, how could I eat too much? So someone said, how could I eat too much? Well, over saturating your plate. Okay, I'm gonna use this kind of, I don't want to say ghetto, but imagine this is your plate. I don't want to do it. Well, yeah, okay. Imagine this is your plate. Okay, imagine this is your plate. This is a small portion of something. Not this. Whole thing of your whole plate shouldn't be rice. Half your plate shouldn't be rice, okay? It should be a nice fist amount of portion. A small portion in your thing. One piece of meat. Yeah, I know I'm visual too, so I get it. One piece of meat at a time. You don't need 3, 4 of them. Well, sometimes I'm kind of bad with that, but it depends on food. Okay, no. But, portion sizing is so important. A protein. So, example, a protein. Let's say this is, so you got your protein right here. You got your starch right here. So that's your brown rice, long rice, yes. And then a vegetable. I guess that should have been the vegetable. So here's your vegetable, your green vegetable, okay? You got that in the corner. You got your leafy greens, okay? This helps your iron. This helps your immune system. This helps you, helps your skin be clear and pretty, okay? This is your vegetable. This is your starch. Yes, this is your starch. So that could be brown rice. That could be your sweet potato. Okay. That's your nice little portion there. And then here is your protein. This could be your chicken. This could be your my favorite salmon. I'm having salmon tonight. Okay. Now, what I cannot, well, I guess I should know because I know fish oil pills, capsules are good for your skin. But when I tell you eating like consistent fish is like does wonders to your skin. It helps clear these dark marks and stuff. I used to be someone that used to get really dark like right here, and it's been lightening up because when you're consistent, things just start happening to you. So That's your meat. 1, 2, 3, you good. Put my dinner down. Okay. And you have something low calorie. That's another thing. We are drinking our calories. This is a mushroom coffee that I like. Why I like mushroom coffee? Because too much caffeine isn't the best for us. It actually heightens our anxiety and other things of that nature. And granted, this is all fair use only. So make sure you don't take this as professional advice because I'm not a doctor. Yeah. But anyways, okay. So is rice bad? Is fruit too much sugar? Now someone please point me to their fat fruit friend. I just playing. I'm just playing. Okay. So is fruit too much sugar? In my opinion, it can add up to too much sugar. Um, what I have been studying is that sugar is best to eat during the daytime, early, so you can burn whatever sugar that is off, but also to not eat it too late at night before bed, because that could be part of why you can't go to sleep deep. Because sugar in general just stimulates you, stimulates the blood, and can, I believe, raise cortisol levels. So we want to keep our cortisol levels low. So we prefer to not eat so late at night with the sugar, meaning natural sugar as well. So if you can, fruit is not too much sugar to me. But when you eat it is also very important, because I've been like, even for myself as an example, I've been using tap the live. Okay, like this video, tap the live and let me know how much you like these tips, and tell me in below, even watching the replay, tell me what your favorite tip is. And please forgive me if I don't see any of your comments right now, because I don't see any comments in the thing. But I appreciate you guys engaging and sharing this to a friend or an enemy, Say, hey, I might not like you, but you need to do better with your weight loss and your wellness. So here, I don't know. But yes, and so is fruit too much sugar? I don't believe so early on, but you can't have too much sugar. Why? Because I'm like, why am I not losing weight? Why am I not losing weight? Because I was making like 2 or 3 smoothies back to back, and I was that because, man, my smoothie. That's why y'all gotta try STL Green Tea smoothies, especially like the berry kind, like smoothies, not the juices, but the smoothies. Especially that berry fire. What I like about STL Greenies smoothies are that they're dairy free, so it doesn't bother my stomach from the whole milk, and also it's nutritious. But I was drinking them too much, I believe, back to back, and that is a lot of sugar at one time. So I have to limit myself to 1 smoothie after the gym, not 2 or 3, because then I might as well go to Smoothie King. No diss to them. Is rice bad? Now it depends on your rice. I don't believe rice is bad, but it does add up. So I prefer not to eat white rice. If at anything, I do jasmine rice or brown rice. Brown rice is my go-to rice if I'm gonna cook anything, or long rice, whole grain rice, stuff like that. Um And also, you really got to limit your portions on it as well. I had to correct myself on that because I'm like, oh, it's a healthy rice. I can eat more of it, but it's still starch, and it can still add up. especially if you're a two plate person. If you're a two plate person, I would say change it to one. Unless you're on a calorie deficit and you kind of need the extra calories. But especially if you're not eating something healthy. If you're going back for seconds for rice or for, fried chicken, stuff like that, don't get seconds. You can indulge. You can go out to eat like my wellness warriors know that we can go out to eat and still eat good and healthy. And if you're someone that wants me to rate their plate, I've been doing rate their plates. So if you guys have been cooking something or going out to eat and be like, Shay, is this healthy? Is this like, or what can I do better to better my chances of losing weight? I'll let you know, like, oh, I rate this a 7 because you could have, instead of getting mashed potatoes with all that stuff in, you could have got a sweet potato. Or instead of fries, you could have switched that out for some broccoli. Or instead of getting stuffed country fried chicken, I would have got the grilled salmon instead. I can definitely help you out with that. So follow for more of those type of tips as well, because I help people with bettering their relationship with food by choosing better meal options. Ooh, say that 5 times fast. Anyways, y'all, the next question I have is, how do I eat healthy when I'm busy or tired? And I understand that because I started my weight loss journey when I was a supervisor for a warehouse. Okay, I had to supervise. I had to make sure I still was able to go to gym and still was able to meal prep once a week so I could have lunches throughout the week. Now, if you're, I'm saying it really depends on how much do you want this. I wanted to lose that weight not so bad. I wanted to see if I can do it. And when I tell you, I didn't even realize I was going to lose. Thank you for the love. I didn't even realize I was going to lose 60 pounds. That was not my goal. That wasn't even I was just hoping to see at least go past 15, because I would lose 10, gain 12, I would lose 15, gain 20, because I stopped doing what was working. So my advice also to my wellness warriors that are watching this, and if you're watching this and care about your health and wellness, you are a wellness warrior, because this is a battle, okay? And we are going through this battle every day, whether that's due to emotional eating, whether that's due to just, emotional snacking. It's a battle that we're going to get through together. That's why I created Shay's Wellness Club, a all-inclusive community where we talk about everything, not even just food, not even just fitness, but the mindsets, and also the mental health of all of this as well. Okay, because during your wellness journey, you may have to lose some people that don't understand your goal and your journey and wants to constantly have to make you decide. You know what I mean? People that always want to make you, oh, you want to drink tonight, even though they know you don't drink anymore. Or, oh, you want to drink tonight, even though you're working on a weight loss goal. If you constantly have to remind people, hey, I'm trying to do something, I'm trying to work on something. Hey, I get people don't, forget. But sometimes people are trying to test you. Some people try to test you to, like, dang, she's still doing good. You ain't gotta work out no 3-4 times a week. You already lost your weight. Baby, I'm on a whole nother mission. You don't even. But anyways, we are discussing healthy habits for weight loss. Ask how to rate your plate if you want me to rate your plate. But yes. I don't feel like cooking after work. Okay. Instead of I would suggest either finding a designated day. It could be one day a week. One day a week to me saves so much time cooking through the week, especially if you're by yourself. But even if you have a family, it might take maybe a good, depending on what you're cooking, 2 to 3 hours. But pick a designated day if you pick at least one day that you can set 2 or 3 hours aside, and trust me, most of us, a lot of us spend that time scrolling. Okay, this community is also about habit stacking, better habits. Okay, we need to stack better habits, meaning taking one habit that really doesn't do us no purpose, don't do us no good, and replace it with something that's better. So what I used to do was replace those 2 3 hours of me scrolling on a Sunday, and I did meal preparation. And it don't have to all be the same food, because that was my problem. I got so tired after week 3 because I was eating chicken all week. Okay, so what I would do is cook 2 meats, 3 sides. You can either put them in meal prep containers, so all you gotta do is pull it out, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Or if you're someone that doesn't really want to use the microwave, which is, I understand, is a real big thing going on now too, because we're all getting hip to the microwave. Um, if you want to just bulk cook, that's what meal prepping is, bulk cooking. And just get, okay, you got your 2 meats right here. So Monday I'm gonna get my salmon with some asparagus and a sweet potato. Then Tuesday for lunch I'm gonna get my sweet potato and salmon with rice. And then another day I'm gonna get my chicken, my rice, my greens. Okay, and then this other day I'm gonna get my this, my that, and this. It does not all have to be the same thing. Okay, and you can get creative with meal prepping. That's why I love about meal prepping, because it's whatever you and your family want to eat. And if you're interested in because I have like a, what is it? I have a playlist of good, healthy meal recipes. If you're interested in my playlist, because it is private right now, but I could make it to my wellness warriors, let me know if you're interested in that. But you have to comment below in order for me to consider that. Okay. And I'm gonna go over a couple more questions. How do I eat healthy? Oh, meal prep feels overwhelming. How do I get around that? Okay, that's a good. Okay, well, we can go to that one. Meal prepping feels overwhelming because, one, it is intimidating, because it is a lot of it's some planning. It really is some planning. Like, okay, especially if you're not someone that knows how to cook. Because me, I didn't know how to. I, at the time when I first started meal prepping, I did not know how to cook all those different combinations. I just didn't. I'd be like, chicken breast, broccoli. What else? Okay. So I would make sure that I had to get creative. Like some Sundays, I would make turkey meatballs. First of all, I never even knew how to make, I didn't even know how to cook with turkey meat. All I knew was turkey burgers. Okay. And I did turkey patties. And then I started doing turkey patties with no meat. And then someone told me, turkey patties with no meat and no, that's meatloaf for real, for real. So I was like, okay, so I make turkey meatloaf out of it. I make turkey meatballs. And then some people say, I don't like turkey meatloaf, but they like the turkey meatballs, but these exact same recipe. So I find that kind of funny. So some people like what they like. Turkey meatballs, because I started making turkey meatballs in my spaghetti. And then I just start eating it by itself, and it is so good. Okay, if you want a turkey meatball sandwich, oh my God. Hello? Now, for the wellness worries, the watch to the end, because this is towards the end, I'm going to give you my secret. And if you made it this far, put in the comments, wellness warrior. Because if you made it this far, you're definitely a wellness warrior, because you really want to get this information. And if you really want to get this information, I'm going to give you the information that no one else is probably going to be paying attention to. Because you're someone that's taking action, listening to me in the background, listening to me while you're cleaning, listening to me while you're, in the car. So I thank you. So someone said, well, how do you make turkey meatloaf, turkey meatballs? ground turkey. I don't put egg in it, but some people do. I don't really understand what the point of an egg is in a turkey meatloaf, but do turkey. I cut up red onion. I cut up some bell pepper for a little crunch. Well, yeah, I put bell pepper in it sometimes, and garlic powder, onion powder, a little low sodium Lorry's seasoning, and I think probably some Himalayan sea salt. And that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy, but it's so good when you put like, because some people don't put onions and stuff in their meat when they make meatloaf and stuff, and that makes such a good difference because it gives it more flavor. Kind of like onion without the powder, duh. But yes, and so making stuff like that is so making stuff like that. Meal prep feels overwhelming because you don't know what to eat. So if you're someone that's looking for recipes, inbox me the word recipes and I'll send you my complimentary ebook for meal prepping, or just some recipes in general, where I think I do have that meatloaf recipe in there. And also, you don't have to do so much at once as well. If you want to just two times a week cooking, something like that, where you cooking 1 or 2 meals, that is a good way as well. One thing I will say is you're gonna spend some time at the grocery store at least once a week trying to get fresh produce, because that's something that I had to learn to eat my produce up or it's gonna go bad. And if it goes bad, that means you waste the money. And we're not, and us wellness warriors, we don't waste money. We make money. Okay. So we're gonna make sure that we are utilizing this journey as much as possible. You know? And also getting creative, because sometimes we can simplify a recipe, find a recipe that's our favorite, and just eat that until we get tired of it, and then find something else. Fast food is just easier. So some people think that fast food is easier, and yes, it's easier, but is it better? Sometimes easier isn't always better. It's convenient. If you want to utilize convenience, I would suggest a meal prep service. A meal prep service that specializes in healthier eating. Most meal prep services are better for healthier eating because they're not going to put as much stuff as McDonald's put in their food. And McDonald's know they put too much crap stuff in their food. They don't get clowned for nothing. So we have to really be mindful of where we're going out to eat in general anyway. Like, I can go to Chipotle, but I can't get cheese on there. So no queso, no shredded cheese. A nice small scoop of rice, not a crazy amount, because sometimes they kind of overdo it with the rice. I always make sure I get guacamole on there because they make it fresh. That's why I like their guacamole. And also, what's something else I stopped putting on my Chipotle bowl? If you're someone that goes to Chipotle, put it in the comments. I want to know who all could eat there. Actually, Chipotle is a good way if you want to meal prep. If you don't feel like doing it yourself, or using STL Green Eggs as a meal prep service or a meal prep service in general, Chipotle or Qdoba is a good place to go. I know they're getting sued for like contamination and stuff like that, but it's technically a prep. If you get like bowls of like steak or bowls of chicken breast and stuff like that, you can make that, put them combinations together. It's really good. But fast food is easier, but I don't believe fast food is better. Do you really think fast food is better than home cooked meals? Let's be honest here. If you think that fast food is better than home cooked meals, I believe that means you just don't know how to cook yet. And that is okay. part of this wellness journey is to identify and realize where our weaknesses are and either pay for help or perfect it. I did not, I did not, I don't want to say I did not know how to cook. I knew how to cook, but didn't more than anything. But then once I realized, oh, like, okay, you mean to tell me I single handedly didn't have to go on a table, didn't have to go to a doctor, well, a surgeon. You telling me I didn't have to take these weight loss pills? You mean to tell me I didn't have to take the Ozempic? You telling me I don't have to get on jargon? You mean to tell me I don't have to be on all these medications and all I gotta do is be consistent for about 6 months? You telling me I could lose weight in a year without having to lose in my appetite? Because who wants to lose their appetite in order to lose weight? Why not just eat right? You want to lose your appetite because you know your appetite is trash. Okay? And that it's not okay. Actually, I was about to say it's okay. It's not okay. Our appetite can't be trash because what we eat today is going to directly affect if what we eat today is going to directly affect what goes on in the next year or two. Oh, we want to keep going to the fast food line. We want to keep going to get these oversaturated, fat saturated chips, ice cream, fried foods, processed foods, sugary drinks. And I'm talking about orange juice, apple juice, high in sugar. You might as well drink a soda. It just make you go to the bathroom a little more. That's it. You know, it's trash. And it's not okay. That's why I'm here to hold us accountable and to also give each other grace. You know, you drank one soda this week, it is not the end of the world, okay? You had a little ice cream this week, it is not the end of the world. But we do have to better our habits, better our relationship with food. We can't think that in our heads, eating healthy means eating nasty. If you're someone that thinks eating healthy is eating nasty and tasteless, you don't know how to cook. Okay? And it's time for us to get back learning. And I'm not talking about how our grandmas taught us. You know, God, we love our grandparents and everything, our aunties, our big mamas and all that. But we were never really taught to eat healthy. We were taught to fry. We were taught to fry all our foods. We were taught to eat everything off our plates. We were taught to drink, our soda after dinner. We was told that we have to have a dessert after every meal or after every, dinner. Stuff like that. It's time to better our habits and enhance what we've already learned. Meaning, it's time for us to enhance what we learned from our grandmothers. Like, yeah, my grandma taught me to make a delicious sweet potato pie, but how about this? How about without white sugar? How about without so much sugar? How about, with a better quality flour? How about with, real vanilla bean and stuff like that? Well, most of us probably had the real ingredients, but you know what I mean? All it takes, let me sit up while I say this. All it takes is a step a day. It takes one step a day, one decision every day that I'm going to do better, be better for today and tomorrow. Like I used to always tell my mom, and I used to always have her repeat back to me, today will be better than yesterday. I didn't do good yesterday. Today I'm going to do good. I haven't had a salad in a month. I'm going to have a salad today. Okay? Dang, I drank all weekend. I ain't drinking this weekend. Okay? Better habits become a better us. A better us, better opportunities. Better opportunities, more money. More money, more freedom. More freedom, we can do whatever we want without caring what nobody think. And then we can I don't say we can get big as we want, but the better our health, the more we can enjoy life. Okay? And I just hope that someone takes that Thank you for liking the live. Thank you. And I just hope that this resonates with someone that's watching today. Thank you for another episode of Shay's Wellness Club live Q&A, where we get down to the nitty-gritty of wellness, weight loss, and everything in between, from the mindset to the eating habits, okay? Because we're going to better our relationship with food. So every summer we don't have to worry about, oh, my stomach in my picture. Oh, my thighs are rubbing together too much. It's just too many opportunities and too many ways out here to just lose the weight naturally. And if I could prevent if I could prevent one person from getting on the table, even though I do help people with aftercare, if they're post operation and they're trying to consistently eat better as well, I do help with people of that nature as well. But if I could prevent someone from going on the table for just 60 pounds, I'm going to do that in as much as possible. So schedule your one-on-one session with me for a wellness strategy session where we go through everything. Bring your questions and inbox me on any social media under Shay Cuts or Sharday Monroe of even STL Green Eats. Inbox me on all social media. I'm on all of them. And also, but yes. Yay! Someone just got the #1 viewer badge. But yes, check me out for your wellness strategy session where we go over, what may be the triggers and what may be just ways you could lose weight naturally, because I'm here to help you be the best self you can be. Okay? Now you be great this week. Make sure we cook something. I want you to send me a picture of something you cooked this week. That is our homework, Wellness Warriors. Okay? No, you're not going to be on the video. But yes, I want you guys to send me your videos and your pictures of what you cooked this week. And why would you like to be on the video? You got a testimony? I would love to hear your testimony. Or what did you cook this week? I would love to know. What else was I gonna say? Oh yes, make sure you're kind to someone, make someone smile, eat some nutritious, delicious food, and let me know about it next week on episode of Shay's Wellness Club Q&A, where we go live 6:30 Central Standard Time. Love you guys. Be kind. Put God first. Bye. I can't put anyone on camera that doesn't have a profile picture. That's rule number 1.